Now it's time to see who has the heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
To be the man, you got to beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here, I'm the man. Woo!
Welcome to a special edition of Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live on location. Don't go away, Applebee's Tailgate Talk is next. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Daily and Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daily and Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daily and Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year and enter your nominations for the Applebee's Athlete of the Week. The winner receives a gift card from the Athens Applebee's. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk.
Hi, this is Athens girls basketball coach Tiffany Tucker, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Good Saturday morning, everyone, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Tom McClung here, old Tomcat, alongside one Adam 12 Dotson, Tojo J. Vassar. Freak Daddy is joining us, Clay Coleman, and producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Before I even get to the specifics of everything, got to issue prayers out for the Rear family. My son Tyler graduated with Tommy, 2008, played high school football, college football. Lynetta and Derek are close friends. The loss of their 26-year-old son, Matthew Rear. Keep the family in your prayers, please, because Matthew was a good kid, pretty young fella, beautiful soul. Keep the Rear family and all others that loved him. Keep them in your prayers, please. All right, look for us on Facebook at Applebee's Tailgate Talk and on Instagram or Twitter at Tailgate Talk AL. Visit us online at tailgatetalk.net to get scores and archives of past shows. You can also vote on this week's Athlete of the Week poll and enter nominations for future polls, as well as find the links to download the PAS Plus app for your Android or iOS devices. Follow the Tailgate Talk podcast on iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, iHeart, Google, and other popular platforms. Hear us on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus. I showed him Miss Bama Zach.
Yeah.
Hey, Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Call or text us during the show at 256-812-1TGT. It's area code 256-812-1848. Our call-in guests come in via the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. And the special guest segment is sponsored to you by Yellowhammer Roofing. And they got a few calls after these last few storms come through. So keep Yellowhammer for all your roofing needs. Our show's going to be pretty good today. We've got...
Don't speak too soon.
Don't speak too soon? Uh-oh, we got to get him up.
I don't know what the deal is.
All right. We can't hear Freak Daddy.
There we go.
There he goes. Okay.
Don't throw that out too soon.
We're live at the Von Braun Center, ladies and gentlemen, if I hadn't told you already. Getting ready. Tonight is Trash Pandas night with the Huntsville Havoc. And we got Freak Daddy joining us here. Clay Coleman. He's, what they say, in studio today instead of on the First National Bank hotline. We'll be chatting with our Swami of the SEC, AP Steadham. We'll also be bringing back some, how do I describe this guy? Crazy, funny, hilarious. Bradley Kimbrough.
Oh.
At James Clemens Jet softball coach. He don't have his baseball buddy, so it should be.
I've been trying to get them both on together.
Really?
The baseball team's playing somewhere.
That's no excuse.
I would go with charismatic to describe him.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
The Elkmont soccer coach, Jacob Ryan, will also be joining us today. And he's actually sitting over here, but he'll come on the show in a little bit. The Havoc head coach, Coach Glenn Detulleo. He's a once-a-year annual member doing his swan song this year. He'll be retiring and doing other things. And so we're also hope to have Stuart Stefan, the assistant head coach. We're not sure about that, but we're working on maybe a player to be named later. What do you think, Freak Daddy?
We got a guy that can just tell him he has to.
Really?
Yeah.
He is the boss there. Yeah.
He's with us.
Make him show up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's toss it over to producer extraordinaire for
Scores and more.
All righty, a little bit of baseball yesterday. ABS beat Tanner 12-2. It was West Limestone varsity over East Limestone 9-1. The JV Indians won their game 3-1. In soccer, the Tanner boys beat Tharptown 8-1. It was James Clemens boys losing to Baker 2-0. And in softball, Thompson defeated Athens. Well, Athens lost a couple yesterday. One to Thompson 3-1 and one to Bibb County 7-2. And the ABS girls defeated Faith Christian, the tennis team, 8-1. And so that's pretty much all the more.
Holy crap, it's a leprechaun out there, guys.
Oh, wow, a week early.
A week early.
So anyway.
What's that cereal? It's got the Irish in it?
Lucky Charms.
Oh, Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
With sweet surprises.
They're always trying to get my Lucky Charms.
Fruity Pebbles.
Okay, he's gone now. Go ahead.
All right, so there you go. Scores and more brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. You can visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but when you got a dude with a green hat, red hair, and a green suit walking out there, it's kind of a shock.
Well, hey, it's a parade going on, so I guess it's
that's true.
It is.
Hopefully they don't want my ear because the whole show will be you commentating on the parade. It'll be like the
I know, right?
Channel 48 parade going on.
He's like whatever shiny is there. He's like a magpie.
I get distracted by the shiny sometimes.
I sure hope he doesn't do that every week. I mean, right. That'd just be even stranger.
Yeah, it would.
It'll be Tom Cat. It'll be Tom Squirrel.
Tom Squirrel. That's all right. Squirrel. That was unique. Yeah, but yes, it's the St. Patrick's Day parade this morning, this afternoon.
It's where North Alabama rednecks come up with an excuse to get drunk. It's pretty much what it is.
They don't turn the big spring pond over green.
Well, and then all your friends go, well, I'm actually 1/4 Irish.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If they even give you 1/4, it may be even 1/16.
Right.
Well, McClung is.
Man,
I can't deny that one.
McClung.
Scots Irish, where my folks come from.
Thank God you left the kilt at home.
Exactly.
Good stuff, right there.
I've always wanted to get me one of them, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have one.
I don't make
Still
anybody.
in tight-fitting jeans with a kilt.
Exactly. That's right. Dangerous.
That's so funny.
They say you're not supposed to wear trooper drawers under them.
Yeah, apparently the true
bare.
Irish is full-blown,
commando?
Free.
Yeah, free. That's for sure.
I think Coach Detullio's put up with us long
enough. Do we don't take a break before we talk to Coach Detullio, or go ahead and get him on?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get him on, like I said.
All right.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get him on.
All right. Coach, welcome to the show. Thank you for putting up with our
help get us out of the ditch.
Get us out of the gutter, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So how's this last season been? I mean, is it? You're retiring this year. Is there any special memories so far, or you hadn't got that last one in there just yet?
It's going fast, I'll tell you. I mean, we're down to, I think, 11 games, so season's gone pretty quick. But it's funny. Everybody says I'm retiring, but I'm working. It's not like it's not like I'm getting a pension and I'll be,
the wheelchair.
So obviously doing something different. But yeah, it's crazy how quick the season's gone by, and just trying to soak up every last minute of being behind the bench. It's been a lot of fun. So it's been crazy.
You may be busier once you retire.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to slow down much. A little less travel, which will be nice. Not having to get on the bus and spending a few more weekends at home with the family. I think will be nice.
A lot more honey days.
Yeah, that's fine. So I got some making up to do. A lot of travel. So
there you go.
And that's you'll remain here in the area.
Yeah, I'm going to still be working for the Havoc. I'll just be in the front office, doing more of the marketing and managing and just, still overseeing the hockey side of it, but not hands-on as far as being behind the bench and recruiting, that kind of stuff. But still, still a big part of the organization, and certainly not going anywhere. I'll still be around.
Good. So I have a good question. While you're behind the bench and they're doing line changes, They change on the fly, so how much notice do the players have before it's line change time? Do you have a certain set, line A goes in, line B goes in, and you just yell change or something?
Yeah, you're usually calling out the next line by the centerman usually, but usually you get in a rotation, like it's pretty it's pretty it starts rolling. It's pretty standard. It might change if you're trying to match up, if you're really trying to make sure you have the right guys against certain players in the other team, so you might have to call things and maybe change your rotation. But guys have a pretty good internal clock from playing so long. They know they're going to be on the ice 35-40 seconds before they change, and the next group knows that they're jumping on. So a lot of it is pretty organic, like it's just you've done it for so long. When whistles blow, that might be when we're making the call more. If a line's only been on for 15-20 seconds, we might change after a whistle, but like during the play, they just kind of know when they're coming off, and you're just making sure the next guys are ready to get out there.
Okay, cool. So it's not like baseball signals, hand across the chest, bunt, swing away.
No, not at all. So
out of these,
just happening too fast for that to happen.
So out of these, final 11 games, other than winning, what are you really trying to, savor with these final 11 games?
Yeah, I think it's just coaching in a lot of ways is an extension of when you played. There's a lot of stuff that, just being on the bus and being in the locker room and having a little bit of the interactions with the players on a personal level, and just the day in, day out time you're spending with them, that's going to change dramatically, obviously, next year. So you're really trying to enjoy that. And there's some players that have been here for quite a while that have played for me for 5-6 years. They're my players, but they've also really become more than coworkers. In a lot of ways they're friends. So guys that have poured a lot into this organization, and we're trying to squeeze out every drop we can here. For some of these guys, maybe their last season, we don't know that for sure, but there's a chance that I won't be the only one kind of stepping away. So I think we're really trying to make sure we can find a way here to enjoy every day and have as much fun as we can.
Absolutely. I had one question. Glenn and I have known each other. I think you've been here. I've been here longer than you, but the whole time you've been here, we've been here. Like last night, the Manna House night. It seems like every charity, I'm blown away by how much money that's raised, and $15,000 last night for Manna House. You've played all over. Is the Havoc unique as far as the amount of money and the amount of things it does for a community? You've played in different countries. You've played all over. I'm sure there's other people, but is it I think sometimes we've realized we're on like a different island sometimes.
Yeah, I think what makes us different and special is it's not just one charity night. Like a lot of places I've played, they might have one night, where they're raising money for a certain charity, but here we do it a ton. I mean, it's a lot of nights, and the fact that Keith and Becky are owners, that's a big part of why they're in the business and why they continue to be part of this. When you're having those nights and you're auctioning jerseys, let's be honest, that money could be going to the organization if they wanted, and they choose to, that money to go to charity, whether it's Melissa George or St. Jude Night or the military or Manor House. I mean, you go down the list of, Matt Brown's another one. We give money to his foundation. I mean, it's a lot of nights, and there's a lot of other teams where it's a portion of the proceeds that go to charity, and for us, it's all every penny goes to it, and I think that's what makes us, different. I think it's what makes us special, and it's a big reason why I love being a part of it. We talk a lot about it with the players. There's more to it than just playing hockey. That there is a purpose here. There's a bigger purpose, and as disappointing as the guys were with the result with the game last night, you turn around and realize how much money you raise in our community, how many people that's going to help. I mean, you can easily get over the loss when you're doing some really good things.
Yeah, $15,000 just feed my house for like a week.
I hear you.
Only a week.
The curve, but that's the thing for me. Like it's unreal.
Yeah.
Like I've had friends of mine that'll be like, okay, some kid comes in, it's his first night playing with the Havoc, auctions off his jersey, and it goes for like $1,000, and somebody's like, you could go buy like a PK Subban jersey for less than that. He's in the NHL, you know. Right. But it's just so cool, and it's. I try to tell friends of mine and people, it's like for me, it's 17 years that I've been with the team, and it's like. It's almost like it's a ministry. It's not even a hockey team. It's literally like you're into something that's totally special, that you're here for that. And then the fans, I think I've never seen I've seen it with different people here in this area, not knocking Trash Pandas, not knocking all these other things, but the accessibility that our players have to the fans is second to none. And thank God there's not been any totally weird situations that we've had to come in and say, nah, we're not doing this anymore. You're not meeting with the players. You're not, getting to hang out with them. But, the guys I've seen it so many times where, like, the same people will stand outside the skate lobby every single game. And you're like, okay, are you counting to like get the world record for Tyler Piacentini autographs? Because I think you have 1,000 right now. But they still take a picture and it's like I know how that is. Like for me, was never anywhere what I would consider a celebrity. But my wife will get it sometimes. She's like, "Can we go out to eat without you talking to somebody or somebody asking for a picture?" And I'm like, honey, that's money in the table right there. If I'm still relevant, then it's something that we can actually still eat.
Absolutely.
That's what you married.
That's a testament to the team with the many sellouts we've had this year. So,
I mean, I think all those charity nights and everything that we do for the community, I mean, it's come back to us tenfold. It's we just continue to grow. I mean, we're going to set an attendance record here. If not, not tonight, probably. If not the next home game, within the next couple home games, we're going to set another attendance record. And I mean, it's
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it is crazy. You look around and you're in Alabama, and hockey is exploding, and it's a great way to spend a night with your family. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, I remember talking to Drew Carter last night. He came up and was running the sound for us, and Drew was one of the original Havoc guys. And I looked at him, and he was just like sitting there, just looking around. And I said, "Do you remember those nights when we were like?" We're going to have 1,800 in the building tonight. It's going to be amazing.
Well, I think on my Facebook page, there was a picture of my last game playing, and I was showing my wife and my parents, and I'm like zooming in. I'm like, look how empty this building is.
Yeah.
That was, 11 or 12 years ago, and I mean, we wouldn't have. I mean, our worst night wouldn't be like that anymore. So it's been incredible.
Yeah, if you had 1,800 people in, Keith would be sitting there, hey guys, we're probably going to shut the doors here within the next 90 days.
Well, I remember when the Channel Cats first started, and word spread like wildfire that chicks loved watching those guys fight. And that's the honest to goodness truth. And you'd hear it. have you heard about the Channel Cats? Have you been to the? And that's when every time somebody maybe get a hat trick or score a goal, they'd throw these little fingerlings, these little blue cat fingerlings on the ice. And I was like, oh, that's nasty.
I remember going around. Like when I came in, I was just marketing and helped sell. And you would go and you'd go to a business and you'd be like, hey, I'm with the Huntsville Havoc, and they're like, who? And I'm like, how can you not know who we are? Like, I've heard of you. Now it's like literally they know now, and that's the fun part.
Well, I think that you look at anywhere that's a new hockey market, you're going to get that usually you're going to get an
initial surge, yeah.
And the places that can continue for a long time, that's the magic, And I think the Channel Cats probably had that, and it kind of dipped a little bit in the fact that we've been able to kind of reestablish, and it's not easy. A lot of places kind of fizzle out, so we're fortunate for sure.
Vermilion County could have used a few pointers.
One thing Huntsville has that other places do not is as such a melting pot.
Yeah.
I mean, Huntsville is not a southern city anymore.
No, it's very, like you said, melting pot.
Yeah, and so you have people moving down here from up north, and the first thing they're thinking is, now I'm not going to have any hockey to go see.
Yeah, the first thing they think is, do I have to be Auburn or Alabama?
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
And I think the big thing when they walk in, I think people don't know what to expect, and when they walk in, it's like it's a legit production. Like it's incredible.
It is.
I mean, it's
very much so.
It's like going to you take an NHL game, and I think it's better than some places in NHL rinks. You just shrink it down and have less people. But I think when people walk in, I think that's what blows them away. Is like, man, this is the real deal.
I'm sorry.
These lights that they've had on the ice now, I mean, they're because the last time I was here, they were just showing the logo in the center ice, and I was like, wow, where did this come from?
That's amazing.
And you look at this new atrium right here.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have that.
No, we had the
in the 80s when the Hank Jr. concerts.
We remember like the beginning of the VBC was like right here, and then you could go up and kids would jump up and hit the asbestos ceilings that were to leave their fingerprints in the top. I remember those, and it was this dingy yellowy kind of thing or whatever. I think the thing that I'm so excited about it, like I said, you don't get to be a part of so many things, and I remember those early days where and then it was literally decisions that of us going to Vegas at one time to find out things, and it was like, I look at it, and Glenn probably won't want to talk about this, but like the one season where there was 11 wins, and it was like. But after the 11-win season, sponsorship was up, attendance was up, and it was like, that doesn't make sense. Like, we should be hurting. Yeah. But no, it changed, and it was like, okay, don't worry about hockey right now. Glenn, y'all do your thing. We don't have to worry about, all that. But let's just make it just a show where people come in. And the thing that I like about it is my kids go, hey, can we go to Nashville to see a Predators game? And I'm like, yeah, let's save up, $500 and we'll be able to go do that.
Yeah.
We're here. It's, $20 a person. The food is somewhat,
And you see more fights here.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. And the parking's, $10. Where if you go to Nashville, it's like $28. I mean, so it's
and
affordable.
You got to fight the traffic around Nashville. Good grief.
So, and I think it's a big thing, too. You look at, like you said, you come in now and, every year we're trying to invest money to make it different and better so that people that have been here, it's not like, all right, at this time this song is going to play and this is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like we're always trying to innovate and, find ways to, entertain people that have been here for 10, 15 years so that they're still excited to come. And, there's a cost to that. And, I think Keith and Becky are willing to invest money back that, people are spending money to come here, but they want to invest it back, not take every penny. It's like, hey, let's put some money so that the people can be entertained to make them want to come back again. So,
although I do look forward to the Let Me See Your War Face video.
There's some consistency.
And, the BBC's been great partners. You look here, now they got the new video boards in the atrium, and, they're doing different things, and, they're partners with us, too, and they're investing money to make it better. So it's been great.
So tonight is Trash Pandas night.
Yes.
Who are we playing?
Same team.
Same team.
Yeah.
Okay.
So revenge.
Revenge game.
Hopefully Glenn does that speech that goes and says, this is unacceptable, and tonight it changes.
So we were talking about all the stuff to expect. You've got all these promotional nights. Last night was Nickelodeon night, and I will say those jerseys are kind of hard to read the numbers from up there. But is there – is there a night that you say, we just don't have good luck on that night? I mean, is there like a historic, jinx?
Honestly, people have asked those kind of questions, and man, when the puck drops, it's a hockey game. Like all the promotions and the jerseys, like all that stuff. I mean, it's completely irrelevant,
right?
So
I'm just wondering if it just happened to work out that way.
I know there's times where this is probably a better question for our equipment manager. There's times where he knows if we're on a hot streak, what color we're probably wearing, and he's gonna want to stick with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've got a red jersey and a third alternate, which is black. So if we're winning 2 or 3 with the Reds, even the blacks might be hard to get in the rotation for a little bit, but as far as the promotions, I mean, I think the guys are on board with whatever. I mean, we have this conversation a lot that, it's being all in and doing those things. It's what fills the building. Yeah. So you can't have it both ways. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, you've got to be part of all of it in order to benefit from the atmosphere. And, we go on the road and play in some places, and it can be, pretty dull because there's not a lot of people.
Yeah.
And if you want to play in front of a crowd, you've got to be part of all the stuff that we got to do. And our guys, they go to school visits and they do whatever we ask them. So they love it because they know there's a benefit for them as well.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thanks for tagging me in the picture.
There you go. Yeah.
Nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. It's time to pay some bills. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We'll be right back.
P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community recognizes. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Dakota McNair from West Limestone High School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
Addiction can have a crippling effect on everyone involved, leading to health problems and behavioral disorders. SOAR Addiction Recovery can help with their comprehensive and confidential treatment. SOAR understands the heartache and pain of addiction and can empower you to re-engage in a meaningful life. If you or someone you know needs help, don't wait. Call SOAR Addiction Recovery. That's SOAR at 374-3858. Located at 30521 Ardmore Avenue in Ardmore. It's time for you to soar. Call now, 374-3858. SOAR Addiction Recovery. Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
Hi, this is Scott Hunter, former Alabama Crimson Tide and NFL quarterback, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Shoot, I done got giggling. Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, old Tomcat here alongside Tojo J. Vassar. One Adam 12, Freak Daddy Clay Coleman, the producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we've got the First National Bank hotline, making communities great, cooking with hot grease, because we've got the man, the myth, the legend himself, the James Clemens Jet softball coach, Bradley Kimbrough. Hey, bud.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Oh, we're good. I was wondering where your partner in crime was, but evidently he's out coaching baseball this morning.
Yeah. He's full throttle this weekend, and they're down in Troy.
Okay. Wow. That's a drive to go play some ball.
Yeah, those guys left Thursday, went down to Troy to play some baseball, and hopefully they're doing well. I hadn't had a chance to check in with them yet, but I'll make sure to go see Coach Johnson probably Monday afternoon.
There you go. Well, speaking of playing, how's the softball coming along? Girls, reacting to coaching?
What's that?
Are they reacting well to coaching?
Girls, yeah, they do. I'll tell you what.
Tread softly.
we joke. We have a good time, but I really like our group of kids. And the first part of our year has been a struggle as far as just getting wins. But our coaches and other people in our program are constantly reminding me just how far we've come in a year's time. We're light years ahead of where we were last year. And, the struggle right now is, of course, trying to translate that to wins. But you see it in almost every facet of play on the field. You see our kids in every way that they conduct themselves. We really are. We're so much better in every aspect of the game and the way we handle things, even practice, in the way we warm up and the way we handle situations on the field. And I love that our kids have shown that much improvement so far. So we know that that's going to translate to wins. That's going to translate to success in the future. We just got to stay the course. We talk about embracing the process all the time, and our kids don't seem to be fazed by it nearly as much right now as I am. So I'm proud of them for the way that they're gutting it out and the strides that they've made so far.
Good for them. I mean, the program's still, I guess, pretty young. How was your team? You have many upperclassmen, or is it pretty young?
Yeah, we have two seniors, Anna Kimbrough and Lauren Evans, and they've really done a great job of just kind of setting the pace for a lot of our kids. We're really junior and sophomore heavy, but that is not a lot of those kids aren't experienced juniors and sophomores. We've got a lot of transfers that have moved in over the last year or so. We've got a lot of kids that are maybe first-time players as sophomores or juniors. The bulk of our really standout talent is young kids.
Okay.
So they don't have a ton of varsity experience. We had a freshman on opening night go 4 for 4 with 3 home runs.
Wow. No way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's some pop in the bat right there now.
Yeah. That's Abby Newsom. She's a 9th grader, and she's still leading our team as far as average. And not far behind her is another freshman in Farrah Payton, who's hitting 300 right now. Those two have done a really good job up at the top of our lineup. But those are freshman kids, so they're going to go through things at the varsity level, especially in the 7A competition, that you expect out of 9th graders. It's just going to take time.
Now, Bradley, how's your area play? Is it a tough one?
Yeah, heck yeah, it's tough. You don't get any down games at 7A level. Of course, for our area, we're talking Bob Jones and Austin being the two heavy hitters in our area, and they're still very good. We played Bob Jones the other night, and they, Emma Rolfe, of course, the pitcher that they've had for several years, not there anymore. She's at Auburn. But they're still very good, man. They know how to swing the bat. They're well coached. They run the bases well. They do all the little things right. And for us, it was the worst game we played all year. We had 5 errors in the field, which we hadn't done all year. You can't make mistakes against teams of that caliber. And then even when you run up against what we might call, subpar 7A teams, the slightest thing can make a difference. And when you're talking about sophomore, junior kids who haven't played a ton, they don't understand yet the game within the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're constantly coaching those little things, and that's to be expected in the early part of the season. We talked about it before. We tell our kids all the time, the way the softball area is set up, and they're talking about changing it, but the way softball is set up right now, nothing means anything until you get to area tournament. So we're going to play 40 some odd practice games this year to get ready for area tournament. We've got 40 practice games to work all these things out, and the goal is to just get 1% better every game we play. If we do that, we're going to be fine come area tournament time.
And I was kind of surprised you weren't playing this weekend.
Well, it
seems like there's a tournament every weekend.
There is a tournament every single weekend. And, earlier in my career, I was that guy that said, if we're allowed 7 tournaments, we're playing every weekend. We're going to play all 7. And we're going to play every game we're allowed to. We're going to travel. We're going to go here. We're going to go there. The older I got, the more I realized that, these high school girls don't want to be consumed with it either. We've also got to be aware of the safety aspect. We got to build in some time for those kids to have some downtime. I don't want to burn kids out. And our spring break is so early compared to a lot of other people. I looked at what was available to us, maybe going off and taking trips and things like that. The other side to it is, we have a senior pitcher who has some experience at the level. And then our other varsity pitcher right now is a young kid, the varsity pitcher, who's just kind of finding their feet at this level. So I don't want to, just give her the absolute trial by fire and put us in a situation. Because at softball, pitching is everything. If you can't go out and compete in the circle, then you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
And you don't want to just wear out what pitching you do have early in the season. It's a marathon.
And you've got numbers of pitches that your pitchers can pitch too, don't you?
Yeah.
Just like baseball.
Well, we don't have a pitching restriction in softball.
You don't? Oh, okay.
No.
Well,
no,
that's surprising.
You can have one kid go out there and throw every inning of every game if you want.
Oh.
Well, the crazy thing with softball, the people did the throwing underarm is more natural than over, so it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't thinking about that, but still, it's wear and tear.
It is. It's very taxing on your body, or it can be very taxing on your body. It's unique too because here's the thing: you can build a pitching staff in baseball. Because as boys growing up, every single one of us at one time have pitched. We all did it, whether it be in the backyard or at baseball practice or somebody at one point in time, you've gotten out there and you've pitched. So you can build a pitching staff. In softball, that's very tough. Girls have to start at a pretty young age, start taking lessons, start really working, start really developing it. And so that's where a lot of teams I'm looking around and seeing are struggling right now is having 2-3 pitchers on staff that can go out there and get your innings.
Right. So, guys, any questions? Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time, Brad, Coach Kimbrough, and we appreciate you. Best of luck, man. Get better 1% every game, buddy.
That's the goal, 1%, and we'll be better by the end of the season.
41 practice games.
Win them practice games and get ready for that area tournament.
Absolutely.
That's what we're doing. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Brother, have a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, James Clemens Jets softball coach Bradley Kimbrough. And it's time to take a break. You're listening to Huntsville Havoc. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Athens High's Logan Mooney, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week, and winner of a gift card from the Athens Applebee's. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. We all know how the weather is here in Alabama. On some days, it can go from cold to hot in no time, and you need a system that can keep up. Athens Refrigeration and HVAC is owned and operated by industry experts, servicing all makes and models, whether residential or commercial. 24/7 availability, licensed, bonded, and insured. Don't be left out in the cold or heat. Call Athens Refrigeration and HVAC at 256-871-1571. Alabama certification numbers 22183 and 53483. Athens Refrigeration and HVAC.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent-to-own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling? Paint peeling off your walls? Shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed and insured. Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
The world is changing. Changes.
The Tailgate Talk app has changed. It's got a new name and a new look. It's now known as PAS Plus, and it's your home for Applebee's Tailgate Talk, along with James Clemens Sports and Calhoun Basketball.
Change, never heard, huh?
Look for the download links at PASnetwork.net or TailgateTalk.net. PAS Plus, Play Action Sports, plus a little extra. PAS Plus from Play Action Sports.
Hey, this is Rusty Brand, head coach of the Athens Bible School varsity boys basketball team, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, Old Time Cat here. Stop it, Jay. Alongside Tojo J. Vassar, 1 Adam 12 Dotson, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. We've got a couple of members of the Havoc since we're here in the building. Stuart Stefan and Max Milosek is joining us. Stu's the assistant head coach, and Max, you're playing. You were on the show earlier, wasn't it?
What, 2 years ago?
For 3 years ago, I think.
3 years ago, yeah. So welcome back.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We need to put some Roanoke boys in their place tonight. That's what I'm thinking. Too bad Todd's not here. We got a guy who comes. He's not here this morning, but trash talker extraordinaire, man.
Yeah,
love it. But he's not here, so one of us will have to step up. And so tough loss last night, but like you said, get up, dust yourself off, and go again.
Yeah, exactly. I think the boys played hard last night, but in the end, didn't quite have enough last night. So again, it's a new day today. Got up today, showed a little bit of video, try to, get the guys more prepared for tonight, and then get right back at it tonight at 7 o'clock here, and hopefully turn the tides in them, and kind of flip the script on them and try to get the win tonight.
Cool. Where are you guys sitting in as far as the standings right now? Or do you even keep up with it?
I don't check it too often. I think we were in third place going into last night.
Okay.
A couple teams behind us won. Roanoke's right behind us. I know they won, so I didn't check it this morning. But, we're right in the top there, kind of fighting for second place, and then, could fall anywhere to probably fifth or sixth here if we don't pull out some wins here at the end of the season.
Gotcha. How high do you have to be in the rankings to make the playoffs?
Top 8, make
Top 8. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So, Max, how hard is it when you got all that traffic in front of you? How hard is it to focus on a shot? I mean, because I don't say how in the world. I mean, you snatch it up like nobody's business.
It's not easy most days. Just depends how big the other team is and how many bodies are in front. But I'm counting on the defensemen and the forwards to kind of do their jobs and block those guys out, and so it makes it a little easier on me. And for the most part, they do a really good job on that. So, but there's a couple times you got to fight through it, especially being a smaller guy. I'm just trying to find the holes and seeing through guys, and that's a big difference, especially in pro hockey in the higher leagues. Is the bodies in front and the screens, and that's how you're going to beat goalies, because most goalies are going to stop the shots if they see them.
And I like how some of the guys get in the crease and you jab them with that stick. Get out of the way.
Yeah, I give them a little warning most of the time at first, but if they keep doing it, I'll hit them a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of jostled the guy last night, I noticed.
He was being a little bit of annoying in front of the net, so I had to give him something.
So, for those who don't know, let them know what position you play.
I'm a goalie.
Yeah,
Yep. So
you're the goalie, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty aggressive though when I'm in that.
Sweet.
Sometimes I get yelled at for being a little too aggressive.
Yeah, who yells at you?
No comment.
And aggression is not. I mean, your fans. The fans, I'm sure, love it, especially when you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
one of those.
I always
jabs.
like getting involved in. I love the hitting and the aggression part of the game, and I mean, not really sure why I picked goalie, but I mean, maybe I should have been a player there, but I like being involved in the action. So
there's a kid up next to us last night kept saying, "Fight, fight, fight." I'm like, we need points, not penalties, because this was getting late in the game. But they like those fights.
Now, Stuart, I know you're on the bench, assistant coach, but do you still get those competitive juices? Want to get out there and hit somebody?
Probably not so much lately. I think my first year or two after I retired there was definitely some games, probably the tighter games, tighter check-in when the game got a little more aggressive there. There's definitely times I wanted to get out there and, still compete with the guys. I think 4 or 5 years into coaching now, I've kind of, all right with that part of the game now. There's times in practice, though, still kind of go hard in practice there, try to, score on the goalies all the time in practice, and then I kind of run the D-core there, the defenseman, so there's times we, kind of do splits and stuff like that, so I'll go down there and kind of battle with them a little bit too in practice, so, scratch out an itch a little bit there in practice, but yeah, during the games, it's, mostly just trying to, stay focused there on the bench, so.
So how important is it, this is a question for either of you, how important is it to end this season strong for Coach Detulleo? And how much does that mean to y'all?
I think it means a lot. I mean, he's been here, I think it's 12 years of coaching now, maybe, or something like that. So I know, and there's a pretty good core group of guys here. They've been here for a long time. Nukovic, Piacentini, Durar, obviously Max here. Again, I think a lot of guys want to, try to get the, win one more championship for him on the way out for sure. I think that's definitely probably a driving factor, part of this season here. So again, we want to finish the regular season strong, going to playoffs on a good run here, and then hopefully going to run in playoffs for sure.
So, Stu, I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you have, not Stu, I'm sorry, Max, I have a question. Do you have guys skating behind you, trash talking to you from the other teams? Start talking about your sister or your mama or something like that?
Yeah, it just depends on the team you're playing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if I keep it quiet that game, not normally, no. But if I start talking trash back, then
I got you. So, okay.
Then, there'll be some guys that, I mean, I've heard everything in the book, so nothing really bothers me anymore. But after all these years. So.
I was just thinking about, Paul Newman in Slapshot, skating behind Hanrahan.
Yeah.
He lost his mind.
There's a couple that, kind of say stuff like that. But it's, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a good chuckle. And, I mean, it's just back and forth. But it's just a game. At the end of the day, you try to move on from it.
Right. I was wondering, do y'all, carry over? Or is there somebody you just don't like and sometimes carry over? Without naming names.
No, I'd say there's a couple guys that I've played against that, I mean, I would never go have a beer with. Like, it's a guy that I don't really care for. But, I mean, I know at the end of the day, it's a game. And, I mean, eventually all of us are going to be done playing at one point, and you kind of have to let that go. But when I'm on the ice, I'm still pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think even we got Casey Kolzicki here this year. Played in Birmingham for years. I know guys used to absolutely hate him, but now he's on our team, and so guys absolutely love him.
Got to put up with him now.
Guys love him now.
Really?
He's on your team now. So that happens a lot in hockey where, some of those guys that are a little more probably pests, on the ice. Mm-hmm. You want them on your team, but if you're playing against them, you hate them. But a lot of times they end up coming to your team, and they end up being really good guys off the ice. Right. So it's like it's kind of.
That'd be weird, man, because like we're normal, regular guys. We don't used to fight all the time, but on the ice, there's fisticuffs break out on occasionally, And then how could you get in a fight with a dude and just either get your butt kicked or kick his butt, and then he come back and you're like, hey man, glad you're on our team this year.
It's like it's more so of like a respect thing. Like it's part of the game, and we know fights happen. And I mean, as long as you're respectful about it, and you're not
dirty
cheap,
or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
not cheap shotting anyone. You kind of know, like, all right, like nice job, and you move on from it. And if you have to fight again, and you fight again. But like I said, when the game's done, and you move on from it. We're all trying to compete, and both teams are trying to win.
Yeah, when I was younger, I never could understand how Perry Mason and Hamilton Berger could sit down to a nice dinner, after they'd had it out in the quarterback.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, how can we compare that?
Yeah, well.
Now, Max, how heavy is the equipment that you wear?
Good question, Jay.
It gets pretty heavy. I sweat a lot, and there's a lot of water on me too. I'm spraying to stay cool. So by the end of the game, I don't know the exact weight on it, but it's got to be at least 50 pounds of extra equipment on me. So it's pretty heavy to move around. But you get used to it from playing so many years. But down here, since it's so hot, I'm sweating a lot and try to dry it off as much as I can.
So when you're leaving the locker room, you probably feel light as a feather then.
Oh, yeah. Some games, I've lost 10 pounds in a game before just from sweating and from the heat. So it's try to get the water back in me and the fluids back in me just to hydrate again.
Yeah, so that's I don't know, that's interesting. I guess people don't really think about hydration in hockey. They just think it being cold, but it's a sport, so hydration is as important as anything.
Oh yeah, it's one of the biggest factors, especially for me, that and being able to stretch and being mobile. So it's you got to stay on it, because if you miss one day or even a couple hours, like you're behind. And if you're playing say 3-3 or 2 games on a weekend, if you're behind on your hydration, it's hard to catch up on, because you're just sweating constantly, and it's a grind. That's why they say like 3-3s are some of the hardest things to do in sports. So you got to stay up on it.
Well, you didn't take any time off. You were stretching over there while you're just waiting to come on the show.
I know, right? I'm always moving, trying to keep the body going, because I'm 30 years old now, so I stiff up pretty quick, and the body starts feeling it. So I'm trying to just keep my body moving and keep the blood flowing.
I got you.
So how old are you now, Stuart?
I just turned 37 the other day, actually.
Wow.
So,
They're trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Tim's the old guy here, but all of us played sports.
Yeah.
And as soon as I turned 50, it felt like parts start falling off. And now I get up in the morning and I'm wiggling and trying to rocking to get up out of the bed, and it's the downhill. Once I get set up, it's just slide down to get on your feet. But aches and pains, are you feeling those yet?
Oh yeah, all the time. It's part of the reason I retired. Obviously, got into coaching was a big part of it too. But my body was starting to feel it. Definitely had some nagging injuries over the last couple of years there. So obviously to step in that coaching role is a little bit easier on the body. But there's days I wake up and it's still hard to get moving sometimes. Some of the I'd say the knee joints and the back a little bit there, they'll be pretty sore a lot of days. So.
Yeah, well, wait till you start getting the AARP mail and the hover around mail.
Yeah.
If you want to really feel old.
I ain't got a little bit of time for that.
Yeah.
I got 3 more years, and then I can tee off from the women's tee. The old folks tee.
That'll be a game changer.
Yeah.
I asked Coach Detulleo this a while ago. All right, and I hit the fan cave this morning.
Oh, boy.
There's a lot of them that says, I wish we would never do Nickelodeon jerseys anymore. We never win whenever they wear those. Does it seem like some of those nights are more you're doomed almost?
Like superstitious in a way.
Yeah.
It's more superstitions.
Yeah.
But we talked about it yesterday too, but I think every game we've wore those yellow jerseys or Nickelodeon, it hasn't gone well for us. So, but no, we don't think of that going into the game.
Right, I'm just saying.
But
just looking back,
we haven't had a good track record with those jerseys. So, good thing it's out of the way now, and we got another game tonight.
Now, do you have certain rituals or whatever you do before a game?
I have a few. I used to have a lot more, but it was so mentally draining that I kind of cut a lot of those out. But it's more so of a routine. I like to be there at a certain time or be at a certain spot at a certain time, and I got a certain stretch that I do or a certain order. And I have a couple quirks that I do during a game. I have to hit the post a certain amount of times before every face-off. It kind of
got to ring in pipes, don't you, buddy?
It gets me dialed in a little bit, and just little things like that. Nothing. Every time I guess I eat at a certain time every day and the same meals. And
now, have you ever broke a stick when you're doing the countdown for the penalty? You guys coming out of the box, have you ever broke a stick?
Not that way, but I've broken plenty of sticks other way from being mad. And I'm not proud of those moments, and I've tried to contain it a little bit, but it's gotten better over the years. But I have my days where I've done it.
I noticed a couple of times last night there were more sticks out there on the ice than there were players, and I'm like, where did that stick come from? Of course, one of them was broken too. Yeah. But
well, I'm gonna be sitting over here close to the goalie side, which is the home side.
This side right here.
This side right here. Okay, so we'll be there 2 periods. I'm gonna be yelling at you.
That's fine. Yeah.
Hit that sucker. Hit him in the back. Don't take that crap. I'm gonna pull a Todd on us tonight, man. I'm down there in the fight, so if you hear, I'll be there. I'll be encouraging.
I'll be looking out.
Absolutely.
So you can't go past center ice, right?
Yep. That's the rule. If I pass it, it's a 2-minute penalty, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Next question. You ever seen when everybody scraps?
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, the goalies come charging at each other?
Yeah.
You ever done one of those?
Yeah, once in juniors.
Really?
Yeah. It's on YouTube somewhere. You got to find it. It's a really old video, and it's not great quality. But we were smoking a team like 6-0, I think, at the time, and the goalie wanted to fight, and he crossed the red line, so he got the penalty. And
there you go.
Bring it, buddy.
Got to play the next game. So
that's best of both worlds. You get to find them, and you don't get the penalty.
Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing.
So I have a question.
Okay, Clay.
If I sponsor one of those, does it happen?
I'm always willing to do it. It's the other guy that's got to get involved in it.
I don't care. Just get him. Just go after him.
Okay.
He'll pay you fine. That's almost like a bounty, isn't it?
Yeah. This may be too late.
Are you talking about we may be trying?
No, well, I don't want to lose him in the playoffs.
I got to be smart about it too. I don't need to be getting suspended games.
Maybe next year we'll work early in the season. We'll say that fight brought to you by Freak Daddy.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, that's funny.
That's great. That's great. So, finishing the season out, said about 11 games left in the season, something like that?
Yeah, I think we had 11 left, yeah.
That's what Detulleo was saying.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, you guys got anything else for these young fellers?
Just wish them good luck.
Wish them good luck. Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I like your tattoo, by the way, too.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I just got it done this year.
What is that?
It's my old dog with some chains in his mouth.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah.
I was just seeing it upside down.
Yeah, so you can see it.
There you go.
Yeah,
I like
it
that.
looks great.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys, for joining us. Coach Stuart Stefan and Max Milosek.
Yep,
Milosek.
got it.
God bless. Sorry about that, guys.
Tongue twister.
Yes, definitely. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Michelle Zerbel, Colton Johnson, Amy Wilson, Ben Baldwin, Becky Schultz, and Nathan Garland. This week's Howl with the Havoc winners. They each pick up tickets to see the Huntsville Havoc in action this season. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your name, and you may be our next winner. Tailgate Talk will be right back. While others have come and gone, the Lion's Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lion's Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lion's Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community recognizes. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Hayden Blakely from Athens Bible School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clemens sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
This is the Big 1080 WKAC Athens.
Hi, this is former Major League catcher Ed Hearn, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about that action. 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 I said I'm all about that action.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, Old Time Cat, here alongside Tojo J. Vassar, 1 Adam, 12 Dotson, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and Freak Daddy Clay Coleman. And we gonna have we played your? We hadn't played your.
Yeah, we need to.
We'll play that a little bit later. But right now,
can I walk in in a Ric Flair robe and strut as I'm coming in?
On the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great, we have our Swami of the SEC, Mr. A.P. Steadham. Hey, buddy, welcome back to the show.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 Athens, Alabama.
So what's new this week in the world of AP Steadham outside the SEC tournament and Auburn getting bounced in the first game?
Oh, yeah, right, sure. But no, I'm just getting ready for this basketball tournament. I'm excited for the two teams from the state of Alabama and the SEC. I'm hoping that one of them gets to Houston, because when you call me here in, a couple of Saturdays, I'll be in Houston at the Final Four. So I'd sure like to see one SEC team there.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, because they, eight teams will probably be invited. And then Vandy, what about those Vanderbilt Commodores?
Love seeing it.
Stack's got them playing good at the right time.
Love seeing it.
I'm telling you, what happens if in a year or so Hubert Davis is getting shaky over there and they're looking for a coach?
Oh yeah. I mean, they returned 4 starters from their runner-up season, and they're going to the NIT. To your point.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what happened there. I have no idea what went wrong over there. How could you have 4 starters back from a Final Four team and you can't make the tournament? The minimum, make the tournament. This is a tournament sport, basketball.
Oh yeah.
That's got to be one of the most disappointing seasons, I think, maybe in North Carolina history. I would think so. I've got to imagine.
Yeah, and they haven't done Alabama any favors, because that they were number 1 when Alabama beat them, and that was a good win at the time.
Right. Yeah, no, that always comes into play. People kind of want to root against other teams, but you have to remember that you're connected. You're connected to the teams that you play, so you better root for them.
Yeah,
it's in your favor.
No doubt. That's true. AP, I was up in Nashville yesterday. Great turnout. Yes. Alabama pulled it out there against Mississippi State. Now they're going to play Missouri this afternoon, and should be a good matchup for both teams.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because, Kentucky's won 32 titles, I believe, and Alabama is second at winning the conference tournament. So Kentucky, as we all know, the coach does not like participating in that game. We found out that it filtered over to his team as well. Mm-hmm. But for somebody like Alabama to win the conference tournament title, it means something to them.
Yeah.
So, they wiped out Mississippi State yesterday. Missouri's a team with a coach who, when you meet him, he's kind of an unassuming gentleman, and he's done a fantastic job with the Tigers. And but they'll be ready to play. But it means something for Alabama, and of course it would mean something to Missouri. So I think both teams will play hard.
And then hopefully Alabama show up and play in Birmingham starting on Thursday evening. So should be great crowds at Legacy Arena this next weekend.
Right, and it hasn't been there in a while. What was it? Was it 2005 or so? When was that last time?
Something like that. Yes.
Something like that, right? Because they lost it for some reason. I forgot the reason they lost that, but it's a big thing. So, and the great thing about the first and second round, you see 8 teams.
Oh yeah.
And they're from different regions, probably.
Yeah, the last time it was in Birmingham, I went to it. I remembered it was like St. Joseph's and Boise State and Tennessee and American. Yeah, no, you got a very big melting pot of people in Birmingham for that tournament. Butler was there?
Butler was there. Yeah, that's a lot of great programs you saw there. Yeah, it's fun to be at that. So, but Alabama, to me, for them to consider it a successful season, I'm thinking, and I've followed it, a long time, minimum final 8. They have to get to the final 8 to be successful. I would say final 4, if they can get to that point, that's highly successful season. Never has been accomplished at the University of Alabama. Whether they win or lose, and if they get to the final 4, it'd still be the best season of all time.
Yes.
AP, this morning I caught you, as we said, you and Kelly. Great interviews this morning with Noel Mazzoni and Josh Bodie. Great interviews.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, those two gentlemen, we have a lot of fun when I see them on the road at different places. And I just thought it'd be best to have them on the show as a pair, not individually. And we go back and forth. And somehow we came up with that 4-way conversation. We set a record or something technologically. I don't know. Don't ask me to do it again, though. But it was great. Yeah, Noel's, like I said, he's been everywhere in the Power 5. I think 4 of the 5, and I think he coached at TCU. I didn't count them because I don't think they were in the Big 12 at the time. But if you count them, it's really 5 for 5.
Okay.
He's coached in those conferences. Yeah.
And AP, how many Final Fours have you been to over the course of your career?
Oh yeah, it's been 3 or 4. It's not been a lot. So,
okay.
But I a long time ago, I actually was at the Final Four in Seattle. I saw UCLA beat Arkansas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that was North Carolina and Oklahoma State.
Oh,
and those
cool.
Oklahoma State people, they travel. I mean, they were tons of them in Seattle.
And AP, that's the year that. Big Country Bryant Reeves broke the backboard in practice, dunking the basketball.
Right. They beat a good Alabama team. They beat a good Alabama team, I think, in Baltimore at the time.
Yes.
And they had McDyess and I think Roy Rogers and Jason Caffey.
Yes.
So, that was a team that Alabama, maybe the guard play was not up to par. But they tore that building down later on. What do they call that building in Seattle?
The Kingdom.
Kingdom, right, yeah. And I've been to a women's Final Four, too, in Alabama way back, played in Richmond. They lost to Louisiana Tech by 3 points. Nisa Johnson had an injury at halftime. She's in the locker room, and she cut her hand. It was a strange thing. Because I think they would have beaten North Carolina or gave them a good ball game. North Carolina women ended up beating Louisiana Tech. And on that staff of Louisiana Tech was Leon Barmore was a head coach. I think Kim Mulkey was an assistant. Yeah. Nell Fortner was an assistant. And I don't know if Christie was on that team as coaching. I don't know if she was coaching at that time with them. But anyway, so yeah, the women's Final Four, I've been to that, the men. Yeah, I like them. There's a lot of fun to see everybody because, it's not like football. You don't see the same teams normally for the basketball.
No.
So it's a little different.
No doubt, yeah. I was just curious. I was curious about what your favorite one was, but it sounds like that Seattle one was a very interesting time for you.
Oh yeah, but then last year was terrific. That New Orleans. Because you had the 4 Blue Bloods.
Yeah.
And then Mike Krzyzewski and Duke. That was his last hurrah in North Carolina. The old nemesis. Not only beat him at the last game at Duke, but beat him in the Final Four, the semifinal.
Oh yeah.
So that was bittersweet for those Duke fans, but. It was a great ball game. And I thought Carolina was going to win because they had that trifecta, the point guard, Love is the guard, right? He's a good shooter. And then Bacote there in the center. But in that game, what sticks out to me is I believe that trio missed 41 shots. I think they were 13 for 50 something, I believe.
Right.
If I remember right. And they lost their legs the final game. And that was the biggest deficit to overcome, 16 points. And Kansas won.
Yep. And
but there was a little Alabama flavor to that. I was with John Douglas. You know, John was Leon Douglas's brother. So John went to Kansas, and John was at the game. He was all excited to see his Jayhawks win.
Okay, and AP, give us your Final Four predictions. Who are going to be the four teams?
Oh my gosh. I'm thinking that Houston, the home team, has a great incentive to be there. You know, they don't score a lot of points. They're tough defensively and rebound, but defense and rebounding travels. But as I tell everybody, the ball must be in the basket. When you're watching these games, they're going to discuss the passing, the rebounding, the defense, but watch the team that's putting it in the basket. That erases everything. And they can. So you look at Houston. I'll go with Alabama to get there. I think they're highly motivated, and I don't believe they have any of the distractions. They'll be asked some questions, but I don't think they'll have the distractions. On the UCLA is a team that you probably favor, but they lost to their best defensive player, I guess.
They did, yes.
They got hurt, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'll pick them, and then how about we pick a team that's a little bit unusual? How about we go with Kansas? I would go with Kansas. I was thinking Miami, maybe something different, but we'll go with Kansas. So that what I got? Houston, Kansas, UCLA, and Alabama.
Okay.
How's that?
No, I'm cool with that. You know, a lot of people aren't even thinking of UCLA, even though they're going to get a 1 seed. But they're just not talked about very much. I don't know if it's that West Coast thing.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Yeah, that Big 12. I mean, Kansas. Bill Self. He's a great coach. And he gets his team ready, and it means something to them, of course, the blue blood school. Mm-hmm. So we don't know where who's going to be in what bracket. So just the preliminary. That's what I'll go with those 4 teams.
Gotcha.
You mentioned Houston. We need to get Coach Bobby Champagne back on the show.
There you go.
He's the director of basketball operations out there. So.
Oh yeah, you should get him on the show for sure. Yeah,
I mean we've had him on a couple of times. He's from around here anyway. So.
Yeah.
Hook
us up. Yeah, hook us up, dude.
I would suggest this to anybody in your audience, because we're here in Alabama, that if you have never been, I would recommend going over to Houston, because they're going to play the game at a football stadium. So there'll be a lot of tickets floating around, and it's always hard to sell the single tickets. And I think you'll find some tickets. I really do.
Oh, okay.
It's a big city. I think you'll find a hotel as well.
Yeah, Houston's a huge city. Plus the cities around Houston.
Yeah. Yes. I would recommend
Houston
it.
means I'm one day closer to you.
Yeah. Singing at the world's biggest rodeo show is a great time for me and the guys.
AP, who y'all got coming up this week on your show?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking every week I kind of just wait to the beginning of the week, because I'm really thinking about it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go with a basketball person this week or another football person. Yeah, I'm not sure right now, but we'll have somebody good though. But yeah, we had a lot of fun with Josh and Noel. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, and the week before we had Martin Newton. That was fun to have Martin on. By the way, I think that's only the second father and son duo on that committee. C.M. Newton, was the chairperson.
Yes.
And then the other person was Fred Schaus. He was Jerry West coach at West Virginia. He was on the committee, and then his son. I think his son's name is John. They were on the father and son on the committee through the history of the selection committee. So that's pretty cool.
That's great. Well, AP, thanks again for your time, my friend. We appreciate you joining us as always.
Oh, thank you very much. And Vanderbilt, maybe they'll be the 9th team.
Could be.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Have a good one, buddy.
Oh, good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, AP.
Bye-bye now.
Ladies and gentlemen, on our First National Bank hotline, making communities great, our Swami of the SEC, Mr. AP Steadham. It's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Missed part of this week's Tailgate Talk? Go online to tailgatetalk.net and hear the archives. Call or text us with your comments during the show at 256-812-1848. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit ardmore.net.
P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
Hey, this is East Limestone baseball coach Adam Brown, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tom Cat, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, 1 Adam 12, Tojo J. Vassar, Freak Daddy. And Jude, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, up walks Tyler Piacentini. Hey, man, what's happening?
How's it going?
Oh, I'm excited.
Great to see you guys.
Yes, it is. I'm excited. Tonight's going to be my first hockey game of the year, and bringing the wife. Shoot, I might even iron a shirt and bring the cowboy hat or something. I don't know.
If you notice he's lived here long enough, he's got a really good Southern accent.
He's getting there, isn't he?
It's coming in.
I'm losing the Boston accent a little bit.
Yeah, no, you definitely sounded a little more Boston last year when around this time.
When you go home, because I remember when I went, at one time I was in Kentucky and then I moved to Phoenix. When I moved to Phoenix, I didn't think that I had like an accent. When I went there, they all looked at me like, "Hey, talk to me, keep talking." And I'm like, "I'm not that bad." But when I came home, people were like, "Hey, you've changed a little bit." When you go back to Boston, is there a little subtlety that's in there that they go, "Hey, something's off"?
Yeah, I think a little bit. Definitely a little bit. I mean, when I first came down here, it was. I mean, there was some people that were like, "I don't know what you're saying."
Right.
But
so you still have the accent, but you throw in probably like the y'all.
Yeah,
and stuff
I actually think like the y'all. Yeah, because I mean, it is a lot easier saying y'all, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So like stuff like that, but
Boston Garden, something like that.
Yeah. I try to catch myself every now and then if my Boston accent's a little too strong, but
hey, live with it, go with it.
So
that's all right.
you big Bruins guy?
Yeah.
I mean, they're in the midst of one of the best seasons of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch. They've obviously had a great year, so they made some moves at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
So as long as they keep playing well and, towards the end of the year when it matters.
Yeah. No doubt. And so are you big Red Sox, Patriots, and Celtics too?
Yeah. I mean, being from the area, obviously I was pretty lucky to see a lot of championships, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and all for sports.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you what I like to do. I like to go on YouTube and search Larry Bird trash talking. the videos that come up, man.
He was the absolute best.
Best or worst, depending on whichever way you want to look at it.
Yeah.
But I love Bird.
No doubt.
Anyways, back to you guys. Back to hockey. Let's get away from basketball.
So what are you going to do different tonight that you did last night?
Yeah. Well, hopefully get a win first. But I think I thought last night we played okay. I think tonight hopefully we can kind of get to the net more. I didn't think we really had a lot of chances offensively. We were kind of playing in the perimeter a little bit, so hopefully just kind of get pucks and get bodies to the net. I think if we get one, hopefully we'll get a few goals and get some confidence.
That's what I love about hockey. When it's so different than any sport where you hear that. You lose 4-0, but we played good.
Yeah.
But it's a different, you don't understand. It's not just the scoring and there's so many different aspects of it that I wish that the basketballs, the footballs, the baseballs could take the mentality that hockey has, where like you'd think like if you lose 4-0 last night in front of 5,000, it'd be very intimidating to come back today and be like, what do we have to do? But usually hockey guys are just like, it's over.
I mean,
flush it and go to the next day.
Take a shower, drink a beer, go to bed, and it's a new day.
I mean, like, we're obviously not satisfied losing, especially at home, but I think that's the one great thing with hockey, and you play a lot of games, so it's kind of, you have everyone has bad nights sometimes, and you lose a game. It's just kind of going to bed and waking up, the sun comes up, and it's a new day today. So you can only control what's ahead of us right now. So hopefully we'll learn from last night and kind of just play our game tonight and get a win.
So how's y'all's record been at home this year? Have y'all played pretty well?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know the exact record, but
right.
I think we've been pretty good at home, and we've been this year has been incredible. Yeah, with the support that we've gotten so far, multiple sellouts. So, but yeah, it's been good. It's always it's the best place to play in this league by far. So,
I believe that
the attendance thing is what's amazing to me, because I remember like. You had the back-to-back years. I think we went like 4 or 5 years setting the attendance record, and then COVID hit.
Right.
And then you're kind of in this, what it's gonna be. Is it ever gonna be back? Is it ever? Yeah. And then when I wasn't even really paying attention, even though you could see the crowds, you could tell there was a different vibe. But when it's like now, like, hey, we're going to set another record. It's like, that's pretty cool. Like, it's just a good feeling, and to get back. And one thing I love about hockey, like I said, I wasn't a hockey fan when I first started, didn't know a lot about it. I remember my first interview that I did on the ice was with one of our girlies, Matt Carmichael, who was there, and I knew nothing about hockey. And they were like, hey, you're going to have to go down and you're going to have to interview the players after the game. And I'm like, I don't know anything. Like, what am I going to talk about? Yeah. And I remember – it was really felt like I had just got my pants pulled down in front of the entire stadium because I asked Matt some question. I don't even remember the question. And he goes, I don't know what the hell you just said.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was like, well, great win tonight. Thanks, guys. Give it up for Matt Carmichael. But one thing that I think that's so cool about hockey, and you don't see it in any other sport, because I'll even see it like, hadn't talked about the elephant in the room yet with my Kentucky Wildcats and the disappointment. But, I mean, I've been in Rupp Arena where, like, they'll boo. Yeah. Or they'll get mad if there's something going on.
Oh, yeah.
A hockey team last night lost 4-0. They come to the center ice, you lift your sticks, and the fans are cheering you.
Right.
Which is so cool to see. It's like, hey, you played hard. This is a tough sport. It's not.
We love you, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's one thing I've always appreciated about hockey. It's like, even when you absolutely stink it up, the fans are still like, hey, yeah, we're, even maybe you weren't even entertaining, didn't do anything worth it. There's still that you're our team kind of thing, which is, you don't see that in many other sports. You'll actually see the ruthless, we're booing you off the court, go fire the coach, know.
Well, you don't see it in too many other cities either. I mean, I feel like Huntsville with all their teams really come together and wrap their arms around them as opposed to maybe other places where there's a lot of minor league systems in place.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think the thing with Huntsville that was so unique is, like I said, I've been with the team for 17 years, and there was this initial, we would get mad inside the office because the Stars or at that time, the Tennessee Valley Vipers or the Alabama Hammers, and we took it personal when it was like, hey, yeah, the Stars, they're amazing. And I'm like, I've been to a game. It's horrible. Like
Stars games were pretty bad.
Yeah, we've got more fans than you have. Like, what's going on?
Exactly.
And then like the Vipers would win a championship, and I'm like, no offense, I was doing the voice of Vipers, but the team that came in, they weren't playing in football pants. They had sweatpants on. This isn't a legit thing. Like, right, we took it personal. And now, even then, like, I love the Trash Pandas, but I want a rivalry. I want it to be like, hey, you're still the new kid in town. Yeah. You have this nice, flashy, shiny bait stadium over here on 565, but we're the show right now, kind of thing, and in a good way. Hey, I support all of them. I want them all to win. The soccer team, I want them to be successful. I know there's like a couple basketball teams that are playing in like one's at James Clemens. I think another one plays
the War Dogs.
The War Dogs.
Alabama War Dogs. Yeah.
You want to, because to me it's just quality of life in the city, right? It's
100%. No, I think, and that's why I'm glad that the Havoc does these nights with the Trash Pandas, because I think it's mutually beneficial for everyone involved.
And the team, they don't cross seasons.
No, and I'm the only one that's been vocal that this is me speaking, not the Huntsville Havoc speaking. But
the words of Freak Daddy.
I got mad with. I'm still mad with the Trash Pandas when we had the Trash Panda night and our jerseys were like really amazing, paying tribute to the Trash Pandas. And then the Havoc night, it was a really crappy jersey with a Havoc, but a little Havoc logo on the shoulder. And I was like, "What's up with this?" And Keith and them were like, "Shh, it's okay. You don't need it." I'm like, "No, I'm passionate about this team. I want to." I mean, I'm a part of it. So, but I mean, Tyler has been, I think, a fan favorite, and it's very hard to market the team. And then, like I said, you guys probably like the length of a minor league hockey player's, 2-3 years probably at most sometimes. And you've been here.
Yeah,
6
years.
6, 7.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like it's but what. The one we kind of talked to Glenn about this earlier. What's the vibe in the locker room with? I know it's got to be the accessibility to the fans at times has to be tough because they're always available. The fans are on top of y'all 24/7, but it seems like you guys handle it so well, and I think that's one of the coolest things about it is that y'all can lose. Tough night, you're hurt, and then you walk out the skate lobby and there's 20-30 people out there and you've got to still kind of
I mean it kind of it definitely, I mean, it's like this is our job, so it comes with our job, after games it's the whole process of after the game, you're gonna have to go and talk to some people. I mean, some guys handle it differently. But I always try to at least say hi, because we really appreciate their support. We know that they're spending money to come here, and they're spending their Friday, Saturday nights to come here and support us. So we really appreciate that because it lets us do what we love to do, So it definitely, I mean, at times it could be kind of, you just want to get out of the rink, but you got to just take a step back and realize that, I mean, there's a reason why this is the best place to play, and it's a lot of it's because of the fans and the atmosphere that we have here at the Von Braun Center. So, obviously it kind of comes full circle with if we want to get a lot of fans and have this a great place to play, then we definitely got to give back and say thanks every now and then. So.
What's some of the worst places fan-wise for attendance? You know how Huntsville is. Everything's great, but there's obviously you travel, and there's places that aren't this great. Which one would you think, I guess outside of Vermilion, because they're gone, they're toast, they're no longer here.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Attendance-wise, I'd probably say Macon.
Okay.
They've seemed to kind of struggle as of lately. I would say them probably. I'm trying to kind of think. Yeah, definitely Vermilion, though. They would have been at the top of the list.
I thought you were going to ask them about as far as fans toward the...
towards the players?
Towards the players. Well,
I'll tell you right.
That's always there, too.
I'd have to go with Roanoke easily.
Really?
No, I love playing. I love playing in Roanoke. Mm-hmm. I mean, their fans are awesome for them. They're very, very, very passionate.
Yeah.
And they'll definitely let you know. Last year, we kind of, obviously, we played them in the playoffs. I mean, we kind of had a little rivalry with them, and yeah, they definitely let me know that I'm pretty short.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I mean, that's what makes it fun, though. Like I know, like when we go to Knoxville, like it's a small rink, the fans are kind of over the ice, and it makes it fun. I mean, I've heard everything in the book about my size. I'm not going to be 6'5" tomorrow, so I know that. So.
But you play like it.
Thank you.
I had to get out of the fan cave early in my career with the Havoc because it was one of these things where you do, you know, like when social media first came in, you know, and you'd see, and like I said with Tyler, I've been able to see behind, you know, so I feel like I really respect this guy. I know his family, all these things, and you see somebody come and say something and say just some of the most awful things. It's like, I want to be like, I want to go on here and shred this person. I'm like, I look at your Facebook profile picture, and you've got pictures with you and your 4 cats, so shut up.
It's always, I mean, even like being from the Boston area with like, it's a very big sports town, and you got the radio shows and people going on there talking about players and stuff. And I mean, I hear it, so I can't imagine those guys. But even here, I mean, you see some stuff, but I mean, I think other people, like sometimes if my mom sees something or my girlfriend sees something, she might say something, but I can't believe they said this. But I'm just like, whatever. It's like that guy probably has never even put skates on, you know. So like, he could think what he wants. He's spending money to come watch, but he has no clue what's He has no clue what's actually going on or why the team did this or that.
But this happened years ago, and I love the story about this. But I was sitting down here on the home side, so the home goalie is here, and then they get up. I don't remember the team. Maybe it's Macon. I don't remember. They get up like 3-0 in the first period. So they switch ends, and I get looking, and their goalie is like 5'1", and his last name was Thorpe. Well, I started heckling him a little bit. Thorpe is short. Thorpe is short. Hey, Thorpe, you got to jump to make a kick save, man. They'd get you some taller skates. You might get to the, just terrible stuff. I never swore at him or anything. Just ragging him because he was short. I mean, he gave up 2 goals, just bam, bam. So the teammate come over there and was patting on him. It's like he said, don't pay no attention to that guy, and the teammate looked straight up at me. I'm like, yeah, he heard.
How many times have you used your size to your advantage in the sense of, I know that everybody in our arena, it's always it's like you've got the fans where they like you because it's like it always looks like they're picking on you, but I think I know a little bit more that there may be a little chirping that comes from your side that may instigate that just a little bit. Maybe.
I actually have a kid that I played in college with. He always jokes around. He's like, if you were 3 inches taller, no one would like you. But I mean, I think I have to use my size to my advantage. You know, like, it's what I have. Like I said, I'm not going to be 6'5" tomorrow, so I need to be able to use and adjust to what I can control. So, but yeah, I mean, I think sometimes when I'm on my game, I get pretty emotional, so I definitely could chirp guys and stuff like that. But I think when I'm playing like that, that's when I'm kind of playing at my best. Where I think the last maybe year or so, I think I've taken it kind of a little easier, not chirping as much. But
that's the age, man. You mellow.
Yeah, I know. That's what I think it is.
I just look at it all the time because I've had people that have been like, and I'll just try to be real with them, and I'll say, man, look, they're always picking on him. I'm like, time out.
Yeah. I was like, they're not always picking on him.
When the 6'5" guy hits Tyler, it looks like they're picking on him. I'm like, but did you not see what he did right before that? He asked for that, but hey, the goalie looks at it and goes, or the official looks at it and goes, penalty, whatever. It's like, oh, that's great, man. Use that to your advantage for sure.
Yeah. So when your family and friends come down to Huntsville to see you, what do they think of the place? Being from Boston, what do they think of here?
Yeah, they love it. Obviously, Freak Daddy's he's got to meet my whole family and then some of my friends too. But I mean, especially my parents. Well, first of all, I'm very lucky to have such supportive family members, extended family, and friends. It seems like almost every home weekend I have someone down here. Yeah. My parents have been down multiple times. They've been down once a month this year, so I'm very lucky for that. So yeah, I mean, they love it. I mean, it's to the point where I think they would move down here if they needed to.
Really? Yeah, I've been recruited.
They love it. Yeah, yeah. And my buddies, I mean, they love it. I think they just love that it's the South. Obviously, I mean, the weather's a little nicer, but just kind of. It's a little, I guess, freer, right, than up north. So they definitely like that. They like kind of how just like the culture change a little bit. Yeah. So I mean, everyone loves it, and that's the thing. My first couple of years down here, people would be like, "Oh, you're in Alabama playing hockey," and I'd be like, "Just come down for a weekend." And they come down for a weekend, and then they tell more people, "You got to get down there," So, but I've been very lucky and fortunate to have people that have supported me along the way that have spent money to come down here. That's the biggest thing is they're spending a good amount of money to get a plane ticket down here, hotel, and stuff like that. So I really, really appreciate it.
Okay.
So what color jerseys are we wearing tonight?
I don't know. There's not a trash
Trash
panda. Is it a Trash Panda jersey? I didn't know if there. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen them.
Yeah, so I think it's been kind of hush hush.
Oh.
I hope it's a big Havoc logo and then a little panda on the shoulder. Is what
well, they may be doing what the Trash Pandas did for Guardians of the Galaxy, where they made that rocket Trash Panda into a logo. I wonder if they're going to do that for the Havoc as well.
We should do something like that. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
I've gotten to me, it's like I used to be so excited.
Yeah,
and I feel like I'm kind of like you've been here so long. It's like sometimes I've just sat back and like I really don't want to know anything. So I'll come in like last night when I come into the Double Dare thing, they hadn't told me anything really. And it was like, okay, let's just wing this. Let's have fun with it and see what happens because it was usually so. When I was at the beginning, I was the one scripting everything out and whatever. Now I'm kind of just sit back and like, I'm just going to enjoy it and see what happens. But no, he talk about his family. I think that when you travel around the United States, I have found that more people from Boston are more similar to the blue-collar, hard-working Southern type. So it's like once they get past you have a funny accent. You have a funny accent. You want a beer? Yes. And the common thing brings everybody together.
Yeah, that was it was like a year ago. My parents were down here, and they had the what they have today, the St. Patrick's Parade downtown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my parents. Yeah. They like to have a good time.
They appreciated that.
Yeah.
Really so, I remember the first time I met his family. It was like, you never know about what it is for them. So they're watching their kid, but they're seeing us, and I was the face for a lot of the stuff or whatever. So it's almost like they knew me. Yeah. And the first time they came up, I knew what they looked like, and I mean, his mom was just like, "Freak Daddy!" and a big hug, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is great."
This is what I'm talking about.
But then, like, it's a big family because like his brother would always comment about T-Bone on Facebook, and I got him together, and he was like, I said, T-Bone will play for the Patriots, and he's like, "I want his autograph like right now," and it was just a cool vibe. But I think that Glenn has done a good job of bringing in class people. Where I remember in the early days, not saying they weren't not classy guys, but there was many more times in the front office that we were like, okay, the apartment complex called, and so-and-so threw a cooler through a window. Can y'all come over? And they were a little too drunk, and they ended up at this place they probably shouldn't have been at. Really don't get that. In Glenn's years, I can honestly say we've got more character guys, class guys that have come in and just, they still party, they do stuff, but it's just a different, the previous Channel Cat days, it was drink when you win, drink when you lose. Yeah. These cats and are like girls. Protein shakes, and, it's like shape, and, it's totally different.
And this guy we got on with us right now, I mean, he always has seemed like just like a really good guy. He may be a handful in the locker room. I know he's a handful on the ice. But, Tyler and, just the rest of the guys just seem like all around just good guys.
It's a culture that I think Glenn has said and Keith and Becky have said that when you come here, you may be the loose cannon, but you're going to kind of
rein you in
grow
a little
up. Maybe I don't say grow up a little bit, but I mean, it's like once you see the charities, once you get put in those kind of things, it's like you get to kind of experience life in a different way than just the old slap shot movie type kind of mentality or whatever. It's like.
So are you good to go tonight? I mean, you kind of got
I'll be
banged
good.
Up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be good.
Hockey players are a different animal.
Yeah, they are.
Well, I mean,
as long as the leg isn't removed, it's
bone ain't sticking out.
Because after the game last night, my girlfriend was like, "You all right?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Can you just pull the car up around?" She's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, I can't really walk that. Can't really walk." And she was like freaking out. "What do you mean you can't walk?" and I'm like, "Oh, no, I can walk, but I don't want to go out of my way." Yeah,
long distances.
But no, it's good. So I'll be good to go tonight.
I can't walk. I'm okay.
I can skate. Skate's fine, but
my favorite Havoc moment of just players and their toughness is, I was fascinated by the fights and things. And there was one player that literally had gotten the piece of his nose almost ripped off of the nose. Ooh. And I go back and I'm doing he's like, don't put it on social media, but you can take pictures. And I'm taking pictures, and then he looks to Doc Markuszewski and he goes, no Novocaine. And I'm like, what? Ooh. You're getting stitched up? He goes, yeah, my dad would beat my butt if I did that. And I'm like, I was like, this is crazy, but they're just different animals, it's like tough people.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the tough hockey stories can go on for ages.
Yeah, no, it's some may be smart, some may not be so smart. They're tough.
Yeah. Tough,
but I'm glad you're walking today.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad you go skating tonight.
That's the difference. Like if you're in the NBA or you're a soccer thing, he's out for 15 weeks.
Exactly.
I couldn't walk last night, but I played it.
If it's Anthony Davis, then yeah, for sure.
100. I will take that. Yeah, he said he's not a Kentucky player anymore. We had him on loan for a year. That's it.
Yeah, won a title.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great segment here with Tyler Piacentini of the Huntsville Havoc. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talking to WKAC, the Big 1080.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
We all know how the weather is here in Alabama. On some days, it can go from cold to hot in no time, and you need a system that can keep up. Athens Refrigeration and HVAC is owned and operated by industry experts, servicing all makes and models, whether residential or commercial. 24/7 availability, licensed, bonded, and insured. Don't be left out in the cold or heat. Call Athens Refrigeration and HVAC at 256-871-1571. Alabama certification numbers 22183 and 53483. Athens Refrigeration and HVAC.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is former Alabama offensive lineman Griff Redmill, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tomcat, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, one Adam 12 Dodson, Tojo J Vassar, Freak Daddy himself. Have you played the Freak Daddy intro yet?
No, I was. We got to go ahead and do it now.
We got to do it.
When you're born in this world, you're given a ticket to the freak show.
So you're a control freak?
It's just a freak show anyway.
The Midnight Star, Freakazoids, robots, please report to the dance floor.
I almost want to put on some roller skates.
I know,
that.
right?
I had this first time I ever heard that. That's like at here.
Cruising in the 67 Ford Fairlane.
I need a copy of that. Can we get
Pioneer 6x9s in the back?
I want to play that like when I enter the house every night before I walk in.
I'll send it to you.
I'm sure your wife would play it right before you walk in.
Jay's not. Where did Jay go? He left.
I don't know.
He'll be back.
He's sightseeing.
Well, I was just going to say that I was going to throw this out here when we talked about it. It didn't really come up, but I have put the University of Kentucky Wildcats on a 2-year Freak Daddy suspension.
Oh, really? Now
I'm not going to give them any love, anything for 2 years.
Okay.
I'm not going to buy any merchandise. I'm not going to go to any games. They're on an official 2-year suspension from me. That
we have breaking news on Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Exactly.
I wasn't expecting breaking news.
Yeah.
So
I can't do it. I'm done. I need a break.
Now, Kentucky won't make the big dance, will they?
Oh, they will.
Oh, they will.
They'll be like a 6th seed.
Yeah, then they'll lose to whatever the St. Mary or St. Peter that's in there this year. And they'll
lose a Saint someone, whatever saint it is. But it's just how you feeling about Kentucky? How you feel about Coach Cal?
I'm kind of done with Cal.
I understand.
I think that it's kind of like I am with like politicians. I think there needs to be term limits for some coaches.
Some coaches, yeah.
I like that. I like that. Because like take Boeheim for example. He probably overstayed his Syracuse a little long. But who's going to tell him he needs to leave? I mean, but with Cal, am I correct in saying I've always heard it? I can't tell if it's a wives' tale or not. Does he have a lifetime contract with Kentucky?
He pretty much does. Well, the lifetime is the buyout's what keeps him with the lifetime.
Okay.
It's a situation to where the buyout is going to be so expensive.
Yeah.
But I really think there's a lot of money, especially now that NIL has come into play and all this stuff. There's enough money in Kentucky that I think there's probably a group of people that are willing to put it together and say, we'll give you the $41 million or whatever it is to get out. I said, for me, it's kind of like, to me, Kentucky basketball, Alabama football, there's more to it than just what it is.
Yeah.
And so, I think that the NBA-type mentality with Calipari came into Kentucky, and that just wasn't the Kentucky mentality. Now, Alabama, I don't think that was the mentality either. Now, Saban has kind of turned that into, but he's still controlled his environment better to where
than anyone.
And the one thing, the Alabama fans really don't get as involved like the Kentucky fans when they go to the NBA or the NFL. They don't just all of a sudden, I'm going to be maybe Tua, maybe an example that they've done that to where it's like, okay, I'll be a Dolphins fan or whatever.
It's getting more
usually,
like that. Yeah.
But usually the McElroys and the McCarrons and all these stuff, once they went, even Derrick Henry, something like that, people are like, whatever. They're Bama guys. If they win, great. If not, I'm not going to go buy 15 different jerseys of every NFL team just so I can say they've got the Bama flavor.
I think that's about to change because you got to think McElroy could bore you to tears. McCarron was a winner, but he could bore you to tears. It's changing now, and Derrick Henry being on the Titans is boring in itself when you think about it.
And he's fixing to get traded.
Yeah,
yes.
But my point is, it's about to change with Bryce Young, even with Mac Jones and Tua, where people, Alabama fans, and I can speak for myself because I've never cheered for anyone in the NFL until wherever Bryce goes now.
Yeah.
And I think that is starting to change now that I went there, but whatever. When Alabama is starting to now get more electric quarterbacks, and I think that's starting to change.
But I still think it will. The one thing to me, Alabama football, Kentucky basketball, New York Yankees, they're bigger than the player. I love the New York Yankees, the fact they don't put the names of the people on the back of the jerseys because you're no bigger than the Yankees.
Yeah.
It's like
never will be.
That's important to me, and like I said, to me, Alabama football, it's a culture. It's a way of life. It's a and I think that's where Cal kind of got away from that. And you see that when you go, like I went to Rupp Arena this past year, and I remember going as a kid. It was like you couldn't find a ticket. If you did, it was like Christmas. Hey, my dad would come in and go, hey, I got 2 tickets to the Kentucky game. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going into Rupp. Where like the last time I went, it was like I started out with tickets that were upper level, and the next thing you know, I was sitting next to Jack Givens on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, how did that happen? You couldn't do that in those days. And I think Cal has kind of ruined that, where he has made himself bigger, or tried to make himself bigger than the program. Different than we're like, is Nick Saban bigger than the Alabama program right now? Probably.
Yes, he is.
But I don't think Saban pushes that.
No.
It's been given to him, not that he has demanded it.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick break. We've got the Elkmont soccer coach Jacob Ryan on the line. We're going to take a quick break and bring him right back. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We'll be right back.
Real estate real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate real easy.
This is First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Mason Butler from Clemens High School, and I love First National Bank. They make it easy for me to balance school, work, and my social life. With convenient services like online banking, bill pay, and the mobile app, I can take care of my finances without having to worry. I can check my balance, transfer funds, and I was even able to apply for my checking account online. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Addiction can have a crippling effect on everyone involved, leading to health problems and behavioral disorders. SOAR Addiction Recovery can help with their comprehensive and confidential treatment. SOAR understands the heartache and pain of addiction and can empower you to re-engage in a meaningful life. If you or someone you know needs help, don't wait. Call SOAR Addiction Recovery. That's SOAR at 374-3858. Located at 30521 Ardmore Avenue in Ardmore. It's time for you to soar. Call now, 374-3858. SOAR Addiction Recovery. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year and enter your nominations for the Applebee's Athlete of the Week. The winner receives a gift card from the Athens Applebee's. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk.
Hey, this is Dan Clemens boys basketball coach Bryson Sullivan, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We've got him on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great, the Elkmont soccer coach, Jacob Ryan. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Man, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you calling in. Soccer is... Are you playing games yet, or are you just you're working out and getting ready for it?
No, we've played probably 10 games.
Oh wow, okay,
yeah, absolutely.
Started all the way back first week of February.
That's cold.
Well, it's been warm in February.
It has been warm in February.
We've had a few cold games for sure, but yeah, it's definitely been unseasonably warm this year as compared to the past few.
Right.
Okay, and Coach, what do you feel like? How do you feel about the group right now? What do you think y'all need to work on at this point in the season?
We're rolling along. We went 4-0 this week, 2 big area wins.
Nice.
Traveled down to Jasper Thursday night. Got a big win over a big 5-6A school in Jasper.
Yeah,
wow. Parked on the way back, on the bus, and just had a good old time. And we beat our rivals Ardmore last night. Big 6-1 win at home at Boss Hill Stadium. We just we're feeling pretty confident right now. We've got a good squad, led by 11 seniors this year. So
oh my God,
that helps out a whole
Yeah, it does.
So you could fill the whole soccer team with 11 seniors.
Basically, yeah. It's awesome to have that many veterans and that many leaders out there for sure.
So talk to me about your goalie. Who's your goalie this year?
Our goalie is he's actually one of our fellow teachers and our athletic director's son. Nick Chambliss is his name. He's another one of our seniors. He's having a heck of a season. He was second team All-State last year. He's just kind of picking up where he left off. He made quite a few game-saving saves the other night at Jasper. He's improved tremendously from even last year.
Yeah, so I know he's smart as can be too, isn't he? Didn't he get a 36 on his ACT?
Something like that. If they can make higher than 36, he probably did. But yeah, he's a genius for sure. I think he's heading down to Auburn.
Yeah. He is, yeah. I remember, I know he's a good kid. So how long has he started for you? I know you said he's a senior. Has he been at goalie all 4 years?
No, so he started playing soccer maybe just three or 4 years ago. Last year was his first year in goal. So this is just his second year playing goalie, but he's a great athlete and picked it up real easily.
I know he's a great athlete. And how's it been just with Elkmont athletics in general? I know y'all all really support each other. Like I know Coach Hobbs and Coach Bunio are probably just supportive of you as you are of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's awesome. It's refreshing to have just that camaraderie among fellow coaches out there. I look over out in the bleachers, during some games, and Coach Bunio and our strength and conditioning guy, Coach Lovin, are there just rooting on the guys. They're trying to recruit some athletes to come play football for them.
Oh yeah.
So it helps if they're there watching them play. That's for sure.
Now, Coach, what formation do you run?
We just run a little basic 4-2-3-1. 4 defenders, 2 center defensive mids, and 2 wingers. Got a center attacking mid, and then we're led. Right now, he's got 17 goals on the year already with a senior up top, our striker James Hernandez.
You said 17 goals?
Oh yeah.
Okay, wow. And where's that? You may not even pay attention to it, but where does that rank? Maybe in the state.
Right now, I'm not really sure. I haven't looked at it at all, like you said.
Yeah.
We're just kind of taking it one game at a time. The seniors I've got this year, my first year coaching, they were in 7th grade when I got to Elkmont and started coaching soccer. So that was also the last time that we made the playoffs. So that's kind of been our goal, the entire time. And our entire off season started back in October, running, conditioning, working out. So that's been their goal, get back to the playoffs, and I think we're well on our way right now.
Now, are there any EPL managers that maybe you try to emulate, or maybe just anyone in Serie A or in Bundesliga or anything?
Not particularly. I'd watch a little bit of soccer here and there, but
I hear you.
It's mainly we just going out there and playing. We lining up, and we're going to give it 110%.
I hear you, Coach. And so you said you started with this group in 7th grade, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they've known what the expectations are with you for a long, long time.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. They've been at it. Like I said, since 7th grade, 4 or 5 years. Just they kind of know the deal. They know what to expect. They know what I expect of them. Probably more importantly, I know what they expect of me.
So do you feel like the stars are kind of aligning in a way where you have this many seniors, they know what your expectations are, and y'all are kind of rolling right now?
It feels that way so far. We're our area's it's a pretty big area. So the way it works in soccer, 1, 2, and 3A schools are all grouped together. So I believe there's 7 teams in our area, and only the top 2 go off to the playoffs. And we are in a pretty tough area with Tanner, Tharptown, and Madison Academy, and us 4 are, pretty much fighting for 2 spots. But we feel pretty confident where we are right now. We're 4-0 in area play. We've beaten Tharptown already this year, so we're looking good. Now, of course, we still got to play Tanner twice.
Coach Smith always has a good team down there, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's got an excellent team. He's got some excellent coaches. He's an excellent coach himself. It's always a good rivalry game, that's for sure.
Okay, and you said you already beat Tharptown already. Have you played MA yet?
We have not. We were supposed to, but a couple weeks ago, those storms rolled through and just flooded their field, flooded our field, and we couldn't get it in. But we've got it rescheduled for later in April. Gotcha.
Okay, so who's you may have already said you've been talking about a lot of teams. Who's your next game against?
We actually play Tuesday night against Muscle Shoals. They're coming in Elkmont to play us. Yep.
Okay, so the environment at Boss Hill's been pretty good.
Yeah, we've had great crowds out there. It was pretty electric last night. We were in a tight game with Ardmore. It was tied 1-1 at halftime, and then I don't know. I'd hope I kind of fired them up at halftime. A little bit. I didn't feel like it should have been 1-1 at halftime. We weren't playing as hard as we could have played. So I had to go in there and had some words with the boys, and we come out there and in about 15 minutes put 5 goals on the board and walk out of there 6-1. So it was a good environment. People stomping on the bleachers, chanting people's names.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the year, and we'll keep an eye on the soccer program. Hope you guys can make the playoffs.
Coach.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Coach.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Wraps it up. Another show here. Thanks for Freak Daddy for joining us, and everybody here at the Huntsville Havoc for setting us up and being so good to us. For producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, 1 Adam 12 Dotson, Tojo J. Vassar. We got to come up with a nickname for Slade. Super Slade.
No, they call him Slab.
Slab? Okay. Slab Vassar. Freak Daddy Clay Coleman. I'm Tom McClung, old Tomcat. We ain't got to go home, but we got to get ourselves up out of here. We'll see you next weekend.
If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent-to-own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings.
Ardmore Telephone Company has been operating right here in your community since the 1950s. Over the years, we've brought you advanced communication services such as telephone, high-speed internet, and security systems. And going forward, we'll be right here ready to provide you with innovative services and the high level of customer service you've come to expect. At Ardmore Telephone, our proof is the test of time, running decades deep. We're Ardmore Telephone, and we are here to stay. For more details, call 1-800-830-9946 or visit Ardmore.net.
When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk live on location. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Join us next Saturday at 10 a.m. on 1080 WKAC. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.